So we're finally to the end of the game. So coming back from the last recording, I did mention that unfortunately I recorded this and the last section of the game on the same time, and unfortunately the audio didn't pick up. So like the last video, I will just have to do it in voice-over commentary as to what happened. Again, it does take off a little bit of the immersion of the of the game, but to make a positive, take a positive out of a negative, we had to work with what's what we got. So with that being said, this is the last chapter. I did start from just right here. I actually didn't even go to the main menu because I was so hooked already that I just wanted to finish it. I ended up just starting off where we left off in the last chapter. So right here we just finished all the little puzzles. I was just making sure that I didn't miss anything. I was really bummed out with the fact that I missed one collectible, so I knew from that point that I probably wasn't gonna get it here.
You sure we've seen everything?
So yeah, so I did check everything and I just dipped.
I'm ready for this to be over.
The good thing about this episode is that it is gonna just have a lot of cutscenes where Tyler and Alyson is gonna just do the majority of the work for me, just reminiscing about the past and just what's gonna happen afterwards. So this tree right here is actually, if you remember from the last episode, this is actually the tree that was in that photo.
This is the spot.
I can't believe he's been down there this whole time. We played Compass and North Star here. I wish she would have just told us.
She tried to tell us, in her own Marianne kind of way.
The stories. Yeah. What are you thinking?
That we just found out we have a brother, and at the same time that we'll never get to meet him. It's a lot to process.
Poor Marianne. Come on. Let's keep going.
So right here, I was actually expecting an achievement to pop up, but unfortunately it didn't, so.
It's time for us to figure out who Marianne was arguing with on the dock.
So this is the part where they're gonna try to remember what happened. So my reaction here, my original reaction here, wasn't all that shocked, because I kind of figured the person that was gonna come out was the one that I was thinking. It was kind of obvious. If you ask me, I kind of knew it was already this person, but you'll see.
Almost. Tom Vecchi is our father?
Of course. It had to be him.
Tessa knew, didn't she?
Yeah, she must have. That's what she didn't want to tell us.
God, Marianne and Tom?
I know.
Ugh. What should we do now?
Yeah, call him out here and make him tell us what was going on.
And if he won't?
We know his secret. He will. Tom? It's Alyson. We need to talk. We know it was you.
And right here in the original one, I was like, that motherfucker, I kind of knew though, he kind of gave me that vibe. So it wasn't that, it wasn't really that big of a shock factor, but I was like, yeah, I kind of knew it was that son of a bitch. She was way too, too willing to kind of, help, but at the same time not help. So he kind of gave me that vibe.
Let me take the lead on this. I know him better. Yeah, I thought I did, anyway.
Sure, whatever. As long as we get answers.
Kids, listen.
You're our father.
Yes.
You knew how bad it got out here. How little we had. Why didn't you help Marianne?
You mean all the money she wanted? We didn't have anything to spare. Well, that winter was rough on everyone. You would have starved out here if not for all the free food we gave you.
Don't act like you had anything to do with that. That was all Tessa.
That's a cruel presumption, young man. Well, maybe it was Tessa's idea initially. But I supported it. And your mother was happy to live off our handouts.
You tried to burn down our barn and knocked Tyler unconscious.
I never meant to hurt anybody. You weren't supposed to be home.
Doesn't excuse the fact that you didn't even stop to help.
What do you want me to say? I panicked. I was terrified that this whole thing was going to blow up in my face. I had to do something.
You were here that night. You saw Marianne and Tyler. Why didn't you help?
I know it wasn't my best moment, but she threatened my life.
So you just decided to let her drown?
I didn't decide anything. Everything happened so fast, I panicked. And by the time I got to town, Brown was already on his way out. There was nothing else I could do.
At this moment, I was kind of confused as to what the hell the whole little sparkling thing was until I realized that we can use that twin thing to talk to each other.
What do we do now?
We tell him he's gotta fix the mess he made, one way or another.
You failed us, Tom. You need to make it right.
I'll do whatever you want. As long as none of this gets out.
Excuse me?
You want me to pay for my mistakes? Fine. But please, Tessa can't know. This'd kill her.
Tessa already knows, Tom.
No. That's impossible.
It never occurred to you the reason Tessa cut Marianne off was you?
But she never said anything. Oh, Lord.
You should try talking to your wife. Maybe if you had, we wouldn't be in this situation. And maybe Marianne wouldn't be dead.
Oh, come on. You of all people should appreciate how troubled Marianne was. She was unhinged. Something like this would have happened sooner or later.
That was convenient for you, huh? You preyed on her because she was vulnerable. And you knew you could always blame it on crazy Marianne Ronan if you got caught.
It was nothing like that. Nothing at all. Your mother was a very pretty woman.
That was my reaction too.
And she'd been so many places and done so many things. The way I always thought I would have. I got caught up. Love made me a fool. Look, I made mistakes. But this will not go any further than the three of us.
Why? We know. Tessa knows. Marianne's dead. There's no point in hiding it anymore.
He's afraid it'll tank his campaign. Am I wrong?
Jesus, Tom.
I've kept your secret all these years. I don't want to go spilling it. But I will if I have to.
What?
Yeah. your little story about self-defense. I've never told anyone how Marianne really died. That night, I came out here because I was worried about your mother.
They made me do it. They made me do it. Why did they do it? This is his fault. This is his fault. I'm not gonna hurt you.
No! No way! You're a fucking liar!
I saw what I saw.
You're manipulating us just like you manipulated her!
Tyler!
You're not listening to this, are you?
Be smart about this, Alyson. Are you sure you want this to get out? You've got way more here to lose than he does. His name will be all but cleared, but you'll be a killer. What will your uncle say? And Michael? Well, the whole town might turn on you.
Don't touch her.
You know I'm right.
Just get out of here, Tom. Tyler and I need to talk alone.
Just please. Think twice before making any rash decisions. There are a whole lot of lives at stake here.
Leave us the fuck alone. And never come back. Allie, you okay? You didn't let that asshole get to you, did you? Did you?
What if he's right? I've been having all these nightmares about that night, and they were a lot like how Tom said. And now, when I try to remember, that's all I can see.
He's trying to mess with your head, and you're letting it work.
No, it's more than that. Ever since we started digging, I haven't been able to shake this feeling like something's off.
Something's off because he put this in your head. Don't let him get away with it.
He might not be lying. We keep getting things mixed up. We remember totally different versions of the past.
Those are just details. This isn't that. She was going to kill me.
I'm not so sure anymore, Tyler.
I would say this though, they sure do have a pretty good memory. Like, I can't remember shit that I did when I was a kid.
She had a gun pointed at me. She chased me. She said she was going to kill me.
She threatened Tom with those exact same words, with the same gun, on the same pier. The thing you said to Eddie the other day got thrown back at me. Don't you think it's possible that happened here too?
I guess it's possible. Fuck. I don't know. And we're never gonna know the truth, are we? Because the second you walk away from something, that's it.
Yeah.
I guess at this point, you just have to decide what you believe.
Me?
Yeah. You need to start dealing, Allie. And that means coming to terms with whatever version of the past feels the most true to you. No more running. Whatever you choose, you gotta live with it, okay?
So right here, I was just kind of thinking,
I'm going to kill
I'm
you.
assuming both of these versions are going to have an achievement related to it. So maybe I might be able to go back to the other version and see if I can get something out of it.
Oh, please. No, don't do this.
Alyson, this isn't what...
She was going to kill herself. Just herself. You interrupted her and we got confused.
Are you sure?
Yes. That attic. Tyler, that was meant for us. It was her way of explaining what she was going through. I made a horrible mistake.
Hey, it's okay. I'm here.
So I definitely am curious as to what would have happened if I chose the other option.
Hey, peep what I just found downstairs. What do you think? Will it have aged well, or just gone bad? Where are you at right now?
I just keep hearing her say she wasn't going to hurt you. Over and over.
We were kids. We freaked out. We weren't equipped to deal with that shit.
She was just talking to you. And I killed her.
Stop.
I don't want to use our voice again. Ever.
What? Seriously?
I don't know. But I want to stop feeling like this. And I think we'll be better off without it. This morning, I kept getting these horrible visions. Of you and Marianne and Eddie.
Visions? Like our memories?
Yeah, but different. It was all my worst thoughts brought to life. You were in my bedroom saying I abandoned you. Eddie called me a snake.
I'm sorry. I should have been there for you.
It's okay. I was the one who walked out. I can't let that happen again.
I don't think it will. Something's been pushing us to find answers. And now we have them. Maybe I'm wrong. And if it stays bad, we can stop. But I really want to keep what makes us, us.
The Mad Hunter was forced to remain below the lake with the Moon Hag, but she did not kill him, because even reduced to just one hand, he was too useful a servant. Lo, he plotted
What do you
the day
think?
he would emerge,
Brothers and sisters?
to once again hunt the wise princess and earn back his left hand.
Always.
And that is the story of how the crafty goblins rescued the wise princess from the Mad Hunter.
I actually wonder if there is actually like a maybe side story so we can kind of see Mary Ann, just a little bit more in regards to her, like the type of things that she was dealing with, because I don't believe we ever even got into it. Like, yeah, sure, we read like the little snippets in her notes and the letters that she left behind, but I kind of wanted to see the things that led up to that point, like her running away, like her process of her reaching Devil's Crossing, and how she met all her friends, Sam, and just everything in general. I just kind of wonder if there is maybe a side story to her. And right here, I actually got swerved. I thought the game had ended, and I was gonna leave pretty disappointed considering that it just ended in a hug, but I was surprised when the next scene came up.
One last look. I'm good to go. Hey, it's me.
Hey, me.
House is empty.
So
I'm
in
getting
this
ready to
last
head
portion,
out.
I
So,
literally
last
thought
chance.
there
Is there
might still
anything
be
you
a
want me to do while I'm in
chance
town?
where I can get
Listen,
the
Ty, you're
last
dropping off the keys
collectible,
with Tina,
but
right?
Yep, gonna leave him at her office on my way to the ferry.
Well, that's it then.
Did you see the article I sent you about Tom losing the election?
Ah, yes. I saw your message right before derby practice, so I didn't have time to read it. But I did cackle at the headline.
Did you picture Tom's face whenever you went in for a block?
No, but that is a great idea.
Anyways, I'm glad Tessa finally left his ass. Karma is a bitch. How are you?
Good, actually. Really good. You?
Same. You know, emptying the house really cleared my head out.
Thanks for doing that. The observatory really needed me this week. And after everything that happened, I just felt like I needed to keep some miles between me and Delos Crossing.
No worries. You still loving your therapist?
Gail, yes. I was actually just doing some letter writing she assigned me as homework. It really helped me get some perspective.
That sounds awesome. How's Juneau?
Big and full of people, even without tourists. Michael's been writing up rules for the apartment. I need your support against his whole food policy.
Just refuse to sign anything until I get there. Okay?
Okay, but you better hurry. If he gets his way, we'll only have one small shelf for junk food.
What? Heresy. I'm gonna need like twice that just for snack cakes after my surgery next month.
I know, right? This cannot stand.
Okay, I'm gonna hang up now.
See you tonight.
Okay. I'm gonna take one last walk through the house and then head to the ferry.
Drive safe.
Pretty sure that's the only way possible in the old Alyson mobile.
Love you, Tyler.
Love you.
so right here I was actually just kind of, looking back through the whole story. I was just making one last double back check, making sure that everything was in place. There was nothing else I was missing. I was actually kind of surprised that these little toads that they had back here actually were removed, so that's kind of a sad little thing. And of course, where we
Goblins out.
first actually started, this was our first area we actually looked. And again, I was just chilling here.
Everything okay, Ty?
Actually, yeah. Everything really is.
That would be pretty badass if you can just do that with your siblings. Just talk to them. Who needs cell phones at that point? Double check on the graveyard. Overall, I think this will be the perfect time just to give my overall opinion of the game.
Time to move on.
It definitely was a pretty interesting game, very story driven. I would say it did lack a little bit of the charm that Life is Strange had. I think also did find it very short, and some of the points were kind of, there's some minor plot holes that I kind of wish we could have delved in more into. Like, for example, one thing that I kind of missed or didn't really see towards the end was, you know, Uncle Eddie. Like, I kind of wanted to see what his input was. We didn't really get any closure with Sam other than the fact that he just passed out on his couch that one episode.
Seeing it empty is so weird. But at least it's the last time we'll ever.
Yeah, so there was just a lot of things kind of left unanswered. But overall, my general opinion of the game was a positive one. If you see the game and you just read the reviews, you definitely would kind of be reluctant to try it out. A lot of the hate comments that you see in there isn't really necessary towards the game. It's more towards like the topic of the game, you know, with the, you know, Tyler coming out as a trans, the LGBT. I keep forgetting how they have the thing there. No disrespect by the way, excuse me. I think just a lot of the comments are more focused on their hatred towards, you know, the gay community and all that. It's not necessarily towards the game itself. So definitely ignore those comments. It doesn't reflect towards the game in itself. Like, yeah, Tyler is a transgender, but other than that, there really isn't much more into it. It's not really necessarily focusing on his life story of you know, just him coming out as a transgender.
Well, at least you finally dumped his.
But yeah, definitely, if you see the game on the market, or if you see them on the Game Pass, or if you have PS4 or PS5 or wherever you play your video games at, definitely pick it up and give it a shot. It is a pretty nice experience if you play it from the start. Like I mentioned, I did start just shooting these videos already on the last chapter, so if you want to replay and just see all the previous chapters leading up to this point, definitely give it a shot. It's not going to disappoint you. Again, like I mentioned, just ignore the comments. A lot of, you know, I guess homophobes or just miserable people, and just ignore them. All right, definitely pick that game up and just see it for yourself. The majority of the video is literally just me looking around the house and just making sure that I don't miss anything. Again, I kind of wish I had the original audio to it, where I'm just reading through everything, also giving a little bit more of a commentary as to what I was feeling. There's a lot of moments of silence because I was just walking around. But yeah, other than that, it's just basically this, just me walking around the house, making sure there's no lost collectibles. And as you can see, there's gonna be some small little things that we can still pick up, or kind of pick up and interact with.
Certainly hope the new owners are Mr. or Mrs. Fix-It.
And again, this area here, I'm literally just chilling, just making sure that if there is any achievements, I try to get them the first try, but
goodbye room.
Doesn't seem like there's any there.
Man on the moon?
Again, we just take the last picture for Alyson, just send it to her, and then And now that we're finished with the inside of the house, I was just wandering around the outside, see if I can pick anything up. Looks like there was nothing else on here, so I definitely will have to make another playthrough.
I hope the next goblin family
just to pick up the last collectible that I sort of missed for some reason. And then right here, I believe once you just reach the gates, I just turn back. I did have a little bit of trouble with the car. I didn't know that you needed to lock the house first. So I was just kind of like wandering around here, just looking at it.
Aww, dream side.
And I'm assuming this is the other portion where people kind of had the issue with like the things just popping up there with like the pride, pride books and all that. Like stupid things like that people got upset over. It just made literally no sense as to why they were getting so upset about. So right here I was kind of like, okay, so what the hell am I supposed to do? I already searched everything, and then I noticed, oh, hang on, this little thingy there. And that's when you close the door, and this final scene comes up.
Well, this is goodbye for real, I guess. Hey, Aaron. It's Tyler Ronan. I thought I'd catch you on your break between sessions, but I guess you're going along with another rebel with too many causes. I know I haven't reached out since I left Fireweed, but I just wanted to say, well, you were right about grief, about it going in circles. This morning, I was out on the porch staring at the fog, and my mother, she just tumbled right out of me. But it was okay. It actually felt good to remember. Anyway, give me a call back if you get a chance. I'll see you around. And thank you.
And that is that. That was a complete story. I forgot what achievements I got unlocked there. I think there was one. Lock up and go to the left room. So looking at these titles of these achievements, I'm assuming there's going to be different versions. There's one where I need to finish the game with their relationship completely broken. And I'm assuming that's going to be the ending where Alyson's going to close the door. But yeah, other than that, that's pretty much it. that's the entire game, or at least the entire third chapter of the game. So these are some of my results that I got. But yeah, other than that, it's a pretty enjoyable game. I absolutely like the game. It's just, it's a little bit different. Considering to the points, like the other games that I play are usually just action based. It's kind of nice, just to play something that isn't, a shooter or a horror game, and just play a casual story driven game. It definitely was one that that I would definitely recommend. Definitely one of those games that I was more influenced based on the game Life is Strange, that was made by the same developers. It wasn't as good as Life is Strange, but it definitely was a different type of story. And again, nice little message up here in the end. Again, if anyone needs any assistance, there always is there's help out there for individuals. They just need to talk to someone. There is help. I will be leaving the number in the description just in case if you have a friend out there that just needs someone to listen. Definitely assist them with that. But other than that, guys, that completes the story. Tell me why. I will go back into the game just to complete and finish off the remaining achievements. Probably won't do that on film, considering that I already unlocked some of them. This is just to, just a little bit of a cleanup, and just finish up the remainder of that. But hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did so, please hit the like button. If you haven't done so already, subscribe to it, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.